Hello students, I hope you all are watching my videos. In our previous class, we were discussing about a very important topic, that was cancer, isn't it? So what mean by cancer? So what are the types of cancers? What were the subclasses of cancer, isn't it? So what is the severity? What is the diagnostic or detection methods in case of cancer? What are the carcinogens, which are going to cause cancer? Then what are the treatment for cancers, isn't it? So for that reason, in our today's class, before entering into the class, we'll quickly revise those previous slides. I hope you all remember this previous slide, that is cancer. It's one of the most dreaded, refers to a dangerous disease in human beings, and it is a major cause of death. Then the process of development of cancer is called as oncogenic transformation, refers to the process of conversion of normal cell into cancerous cell. Then normal cell have the property called as contact inhibition. I told you people, contact inhibition means in our body, when any cell is undergoing abnormal condition, is about to convert it into cancerous cell, the neighboring normal cell can prevent that uncontrolled growth. That condition is called as contact inhibition. But in case of cancer, that property is lost. Then as a result, the cancer cells divide continuously to give rise to mass. That mass is called as tumor. I told you yesterday, all cancers are tumors, but not all tumors are cancers. Next, types of cancers. As we know that there are two types of cancer. One is a benign tumor, second one is malignant tumor. In that, benign tumor is nothing but it is a normal cancer, which is simply considered as curable cancer. See, it means that this cancer, the property of this cancer is it is remain confined to their original location and not spread to the other parts of the body. So it is curable. We can cure it by many treatments are there. That is surgical, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, immunotherapy. So however we can cure this cancer. Next, second one is most dangerous, considered as malignant tumor. So mass of proliferating cells called as neoplastic tumor cells. Here the word I told you yesterday, neoplastic means abnormal growth of cells. So and these cells grow very rapidly and very quickly also. So the cancerous cells can be divided rapidly and quickly. Next, those cancerous cells invade and damage the surrounding cells. I told you invade refers to they make entry, isn't it? So they enter into the organ and they damage the surrounding tissue or surrounding cells also. The cells actively divide, grow and starve the normal cells of vital nutrients. It means those cancerous cells can cause or they can destroy the normal cells and their vital nutrients. Then these exhibit metastasis. The cancer shows, the malignant tumor shows a property called as metastasis. I told you here the word metastasis refers to, it's a condition where the cancerous cells escape from the site of their origin and migrate or move to the other places or various parts in our body through blood, and wherever they reach they form new tumor. So this condition is called as metastasis. Causes of cancer. It means, so what are the agents or what are the things which are the substances or agent which cause cancer? Isn't it? In that, which include the normal cells transforms into cancerous called neoplastic cells by means of it may be physical, chemical and biological agents. So these physical, chemical and biological agents are simply considered as carcinogens. So what are carcinogens? Those agents which cause cancer are called as carcinogenic agents, which include physical, chemical and biological agents. Those are called as carcinogens. In that, physically, we discussed about physical agents, which includes ionizing and non-ionizing radiations, which includes X-rays, gamma rays and UV rays. So when we expose more time to these radiations, means definitely we may start suffering from cancer. It means these rays can cause cancer. Next, chemical agents. So in our nature there are such chemicals which can cause cancers. So those are called as chemical agents or chemical carcinogens, such as tobacco chewing, tobacco smoke, then sodium azide, methyl ethane sulfonate, asbestos and arsenic compounds. These all compounds are simply considered as carcinogenic chemicals. Next, biological agents. So there are some viruses. Those are simply called as oncogenic virus. Onco refers to oncology, the study of cancer. Genic refers to producing. So cancer producing viruses are called as oncovirus. So those viruses can cause cancer. Those are called as oncogenic viruses, and they have some genes. Those responsible for to cause cancer are called as oncogenes or oncogenic genes. Example, HPV, I told you, human papilloma virus, pox virus, HBV, that is hepatitis B virus. Then cellular oncogenes. Very simple. Sometimes normal genes in our cells, normal genes in our body cells called as proto-oncogenes, they may get converted into oncogenic and they cause cancer only when we expose to certain carcinogenic agents. Do remember this point. Clear? So this proto-oncogenes means those normal genes can converted into cancerous only when we expose to certain carcinogenic agents which are present in the environment. Then types of cancer, I told you, carcinoma, sarcoma, leukemia and lymphoma. These are the 4 different types of cancers. So, and I told you carcinoma. Carcinoma means it is a cancer of epithelial tissue, that is skin cancer, lung cancer, then breast cancer. Then second one is sarcoma. It is a cancer of connective tissue which includes bone, muscle and lymph nodes, etc. Next, leukemia means blood cancer which involves increased count of WBCs. Then lymphoma affects the lymphatic system and lymphoid organs. Cancer detection diagnosis, which includes some of the techniques are there. In that, biopsy, I told you, a small amount of suspected the area or that particular tissue is taken and cut into a small thin section. By make use of some stain or coloring agent, we can observe in the microscope. Histological, that is study of tissue. Histological study of tissues, blood and bone marrow. So in case of leukemia. Biopsy, the biopsy means a small suspected tissue is cut into thin section and by make use of some stain and observe in the microscope. Radiography, make use of X-rays. Then CT scan, computed tomography here. This computed tomography can, the X-rays are going to generate 3D, that is 3-dimensional image of the internal organ. So we can conclude the cancer. Then MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. Here the physiological, that is pathological and physiological changes takes place in the body tissue. So that we can understand by magnetic resonance imaging. Then by using antibodies also we can detect the cancer, and by means of immunological and molecular biology also we can detect cancer. So then identifying certain genes which makes an individual susceptible to cancer. So that time we need to give awareness to that particular individual to avoid such kind of the carcinogens in the environment. Do remember this point. Next, treatment of cancer, as we discussed in the last class. So surgery is there, that is surgical removal of that particular suspected organ. Then radiotherapy, by make use of some X-rays or rays, we can cure the particular cancer cells. Means by make use of some radiations, we can destroy the cancerous cells, but that particular time we need to take proper care about the normal cells which are present neighbor to or near to that cancerous cells. Then chemotherapy, we can cure the cancer by means of drugs. Then immunotherapy by means of alpha interferons. This chemical can destroy the cancerous cells. Then today we are going to enter into the actual chapter or class, that is abused drugs. Here, so as we know that nowadays most of the adolescents, we can call it as youths, isn't it? The young ones, the youngsters, they are, they're running behind those drugs, isn't it? So it may be smoking, it may be tobacco chewing, some gutka, isn't it? So for that reason, in that there are two reasons. One is experimentation and curiosity, or curiosity, experimentation. So because of this, most of the youths are addicted to drugs, isn't it? So here the word abused refers to misuse of drugs. Clear? So what are those misused drugs? So that thing we are going to discuss in today's class. So the drugs which are commonly abused, those misused drugs are as follows. One is opioids. Do remember new words? Opioids are commonly is considered as heroin. Clear? Opioids or heroin. Then cannabinoids. Second one is cannabinoids, and third one is cocaine or coca alkaloids, simply called as coca alkaloids or cocaine. So these are the what commonly abused drugs which are easily available in the market. See, first one, opioids, simply called as heroin. Very important things are there to understand here. So first one is commonly called as smack. Please do remember, they are going to ask in the examination for 1 mark. So these opioids are commonly called as smack, and the chemical name of the opioids is diacetyl morphine. Very important word. The opioids are commonly called as smack, and the chemical name is diacetylomorphine. The chemical name is diacetylomorphine. Source means from where it is extracted, isn't it? So source, acetylation of morphine. A method, acetylation of morphine extracted from the latex of a part of the plant called as poppy plant. Do remember the word poppy plant. In the examination you should not write this name of the plant. That is, the name of the plant is Poppiver somniferum. Do remember. So Poppiver somniferum. This is what the scientific name of the poppy plant. It is simple name. It is general name. Scientific name is Poppiver somniferum. In the examination you have to write that. So Poppiver somniferum. From that we are going to extract these opioids. Next, consumed by. How we are going to consume it? How we are going to take it? By means of snorting. Snorting means by means of nose. That is, you can call it as snorting, and another one is by means of injection. Snorting means by means of nose, and injection. Another one is injection. By means of these two we can consume it. Then properties. What are the properties? So opioids are white, colorless, bitter, then odorless, crystalline compounds. Do remember, these are white, bitter and odorless crystalline compounds. This is what the property of opioids. Then mode of action. So at particular, where it is going to act on in our body, particularly it binds to opioid receptors present in the CNS, that is central nervous system. So when you take it by means of injection or by means of snorting, so these opioid, the chemical that when it enters into the body particularly binds to the receptors, particularly opioid receptors present in the CNS, that is central nervous system, and GI tract called as gastrointestinal tract. GI, gastrointestinal tract. This is what the mode of action. So the effect. See, when you take it by snorting or injection, the chemical when it enter into the body, it act on that central nervous system and GI tract. Then what will be the effect? It's a depressant. Depressant means will feel happy, isn't it? So so it slows the body functions. I mean, we'll be having no desire to do any kind of work. So consider as depressant. Clear? So this is what the opioids. The second one, cannabinoid. It is also one of the abused drug. See, first one, source, from where we are going to extract. First one, inflorescence. As we know that inflorescence means the flower. Clear? So from the flower, leaves and resin of the plant, that is the parts of the plant, and the name of the plant is cannabis sativa. Do you remember? Cannabis sativa. So this is what the plant, from the particular plant by means of inflorescence, leaves and resin. So from that we are going to extract this cannabinoids drug. Next, consumed by. We are going to take it by means of inhalation or oral ingestion. Inhalation means by means of nose, then oral ingestion. Oral ingestion means by means of mouth. You are going to eat it. Then mode of action. So that particular cannabinoid chemical interact with the cannabinoid receptors. Particularly those receptors are present in our body called as cannabinoid receptors present in the brain. So do remember. Next, effect. So it affects the cardiovascular system. It means by taking this cannabinoids, increasing in the or decreasing in the heartbeat rate, because it mainly act on cardiovascular system, simply considered as circulatory system. Some examples are along with the cannabinoids. Some other examples are marijuana, hashish, charas, then ganja. So these are the what? Some other examples for cannabinoids. Then last one is cocaine or coca alkaloids. By both the names you can call it, that is cocaine or coca alkaloid. Again, it is commonly called as coke or crack, like smack. So here we are going to call it as coke or crack. Then source, from where you are going to extract coca plant. The word coca plant, the name of the plant is Erythroxylum coca. Do remember the word Erythroxylum coca, found in South America. It is found in South America. The name of the plant is Erythroxylum coca. Then consumed by, again snorting by means of nose. Then mode of action, interference with the transfer of neurotransmitter. Do you remember? So as you know that the word neurotransmitter means the information in our body. So if any stimulus means that information has to reach brain or from brain to that particular target organ. So that information has to travel through the neuron. So from one neuron to next neuron, the information has to travel in presence of neurotransmitter. So in that, this particular cocaine or coca alkaloid can affect the, it can interfere the transfer of information from one neuron to another neuron by releasing a neurotransmitter called as a dopamine. Do you remember the word dopamine? It means this chemical can interfere the transportation or transfer of information from one neuron to next neuron. Next, effect. So what are the effects? It stimulates the CNS. Means when you take this drugs, definitely when it enter into the body, it stimulates the central nervous system, producing a sense of euphoria. New word, sense of euphoria means a great feel or a great feel of happy, isn't it? So called as feel of or sense of euphoria. Feel freely or feel happy. Great happy is considered as euphoria, and increased energy, sudden energy, increased in the sudden energy, and excessive dosage cause hallucination. The hallucination means sometimes we are going to, the word hallucination refers to mind expanding. We can call it as what? The hallucination refers to something does not exist. They experience the thing which is not, doesn't exist is considered as hallucination, right? Called as mind expanding. Then the plants with hallucination property are Atropa belladonna and Datura, along with the Erythroxylum coca. So this is what the cocaine. Next, so this is what? The chemical structure of morphine. Note it, chemical structure of morphine, the chemical structure of cannabinoids, then last one, chemical structure of cocaine. So this is what? 3 drugs, abused drugs are there in your syllabus. So next we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you very much.